Okay, I have hit the button that tells me I am going live, and oh, it is there, it is here, yes. Yo, that's how that happens, that's how it works. Wonderful. Okay, so, sorry about that, everybody. Oh gosh. So, I'm sorry about that. OBS cut out for some reason. I don't know what's going on. I'm probably just gonna delete the first clip, to be honest. Not, because it's only 10 minutes, and it'll clutter up the actually decent content that my channel has to offer. But to catch you guys up, we are drawing phone cases for my merch store. And these are a pair of swords made of magic that is wielded by one of my main characters. His name is Moonlight Glare, and he is pretty awesome. He is pretty awesome. And so he can like summon and then dissipate. He can conjure and dissipate these at will, and they can turn upside down and like merge back to back to form a shield. So that, oh my gosh, that was a poorly planned line. And that's basically the idea behind this phone case that we're looking at right here. And the basic reason that we're drawing this particular thing for a phone case, in fact, my whole line of phone cases is just going to be based on like main characters' weapons that they use in the book. And that is simply because I don't get the chance to illustrate, to visualize everything that I would like in the book itself. And the honest truth is, the art to text ratio is already pretty high. Like, I'm pretty sure the actual book, and you can see this when it actually comes out, is because the actual book has like only 180 pages of text, and then it has like 20-30 pages of art, and that's only like a 6-to-1 text to art ratio, which isn't honestly that much. It doesn't honestly sound like that much, but then when you think about like regular chapter books, they have like a page of text to no pages of art, and oh, that's awkward. That is very awkward. I have not changed my brush preset. There we go. There we go. And yeah, I do really like that. Oh gosh, what was I talking about? My brain just flew out the window. Um, oh right, I was talking about the text to art ratio of stuff. Um, because in regular chapter books and regular novels, you have a page of text to no pages of art. Um, and then suddenly, a 6-to-1 ratio of text to art is actually pretty insane. I gotta be honest. Although, a comparison might be more fair with illustrated chapter books, but I don't actually have any research done on those. Let's see, this is the tool I want, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, this will be perfect. Um, and I want it on that option. Wonderful. And I'll do these 4 shapes for now. So yeah, what's even crazier is even with that ratio, I don't get the opportunity to visualize everything that I'd like to. Um, so that's why we're having, say, phone cases um, with, moonlight swords drawn on them. Because, they're described, they're present enough times to be like relevant to the plot, but I've never actually uh, shown my readers what they look like. And I feel like that's doing them a disservice. Heck, I feel like that's doing me a disservice. So that's the whole philosophy behind that. Can I? Yeah, that will be just fine, thank you. Um, oh, and BT dubs. I have been looking at um, improving my audio because I gotta be honest, before last night, I had no idea that you could improve your audio without getting a better microphone. That was like insane to me. Absolutely insane. Um, and then I discovered that OBS Studio, the thing I use, the thing that literally everyone uses. Oh, I should probably save this. The thing that literally everyone uses actually has settings. It has audio settings. So we're gonna be, hang on. So I found out you can actually improve your audio quality without getting a better mic. What the heck? What the heck? I've been living my whole life as a lie. As a lie. Ah, that'll do. And source. Yeah. Yeah. Wow, my voice did something very awkward there. Yeah. Do do do. Okay. Um, and now I am going to blur this on 2 pixels. Hang on, hang on. 2 pixels is the golden ratio. The golden ratio, yes. As opposed to the seeking ratio. That's the one that Goldeen evolves into, right? The Pokemon. I'm smart. I know all the smart things. Yeah. Yeah, that's perfect. And check this out. Yeah. We have fun here. We have fun here. And coloring this in is going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. All brush presets. Why do I have my grid up? I mean, I guess while it's here, I might as well use that to center it. Yeah. And my lines. Go here. Aha. Shaboom. Krita does actually have a setting that lets you snap to the grid. I don't like using it very much because it's wonky, it's weird. It like makes you snap to like the middle of the grid or like the outside or something. And it's just weird. Okay, it's just weird. Nobody likes it. But yeah, we can get rid of that. And in fact, let's get rid of that Docker really quickly. Because I like having all that space to look at my brush presets. Magic. And I'll go with that. Size that up a bit. Whoosh. Then I'm gonna go here. Favorites. Is that gonna? No, that's even less color. And that's also less color. But how's this? Oh, that's also bad. I'm just gonna keep it there, guys. Just gonna keep it there. Yeah, that's perfect. And then we're going to check this out. Check this out, everybody. I mean, not this part. This part isn't that glamorous. I'm just blurring it to get rid of those lines that the brush puts in it. But if we have a look over here, and I'm going to put this on grow 6 pixels, so that way it shows all the time. Invert cut. Aha! Check that out. You all doubted me. You know it. You know it. Don't deny what everyone knows. You all doubted me, and you were right. And you were right. But I was fooling you. There's that. And whoosh. We'll have something like that, maybe? What the heck? It was already in that group. There we go. There we go. Put this on 200 pixels, some odd. And let's go. That's horrible. That's horrible. How do even? That's a little better. Yeah, I mean, what the heck? Why not? Ooh, I do like those contours. I do not like that. How's that to get more color? Oh, it's better than nothing. Filter again. Invis. Let's go. And invert cut. Nice. Nice. Are you guys enjoying this content? You guys enjoying this quality content of just me being completely silent like an idiot as I am filling out these swords. Do. I don't actually know. What am I saying? I do know. Because we're just gonna do this. We're just gonna do this. And that is still under this group, Josh. What the heck? Put it on, yeah, 200 pixels. Some odd. Okay. And here is what we'll do. I wonder about maybe putting it on less opacity. Because this brush preset does a really interesting thing on less opacity. Let me put it on 20% so you can see. See that, guys? See that? That was actually a poor illustration. Let's have a look at this. Yeah, see? When this brush preset is on partial opacity, it doesn't hold uh, the color as long from where it started. So I wonder if I did this on 80%. Let's have a look at what that'll do. Yeah, yeah, I like this. I do like this. Whoosh. This is really interesting because this is basically how I draw magic, but inside of solid lines. But inside of solid lines. And um, what I really love about that is the fact that I have this stuff introduced in chapter 22, I believe, which is called Firestone, and that is basically my the way I draw fire, but also inside of lines. And that's the only time I actually draw fire inside of lines. This, likewise, is the only time I draw magic inside of lines. So that's really interesting. I do hope I get to show you guys what Firestone looks like very soon because it's pretty awesome. Oh my gosh. Every time I get to draw Firestone, I just jump for joy. Well, that's not what I wanted to do because Firestone is just so much fun to draw and it looks so awesome. Yeah, that's a decent. That ain't half bad. That ain't half bad. Let's save that. Nice. And then certainly we shall. Actually, maybe I should put that on a white background as well. Here. Let's export this as a PNG. Yeah, here we go. Here we go. Yep. And I will also save it like this. Background, Moonlight Swords. In fact, I am going to try something out here that I never really have before. Because what I notice immediately looking at this is I used pure black and pure blue. That looks good, but it's also like really intense. Oh my gosh. Here we go. Duplicate all those layers, merge them, Okay. And what I'm thinking is we can just desaturate that on some way which hopefully affects the black. There is not a way that affects the black. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna delete that. Actually, that looks really good. That looks really good. Also on 80%. Yeah, I do like that. Okay, so we'll save this, and we shall also save that. Because honestly, the phone cases are probably going to be white as well. And oh, it does not shrink terribly well though. SMH. SMH. Not gonna lie. NGL. But it looks good at this scale, I think, right, guys? Yeah. Yeah, that's right. I depend on internet numbers for validation, including the number of concurrent viewers, which is still 0. Yes! Well, that's what I get for doing an impulse stream, right? Originally, I was going to do a. Originally, I was going to wait for my better mic to come in the mail sometime this week before I actually started. Before I actually started streaming for real. And then, you know, I had this crazy realization. I'm gonna draw that one, because not gonna lie, I just wanna draw that one. Well, okay, does still have the sword. I'm very appreciative of that. Here we go. Something doesn't look right here. Let's have a look-see. Oop. And we'll do the rectangle tool so we're sure it is vertical. Okay, the handle's good, the blade is not. I was pretty sure that was what was happening. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna yeah. In fact, yeah, it's definitely needs to be spun just a little bit. Which direction though? I think to the left. I think to the left. Because rotate Layare and yeah, that's 1,000 times better. Is it enough though? think I'm just gonna rotate it another half a degree. Just a half a degree, 30 arc, 30 arc minutes, as the astronomer would say, because I am in college and I am taking that right now. I am smart. I am smart. Just rotate it 30 arc minutes, and that is perfect, I think. Let's check it against this perfectly vertical line. Yes, it is perfect. So that's our outline. Let's grab a new layer, and then we will do. See, this is what happens. This is what happens when I don't have anything scripted. I just narrate. I just narrate what I'm doing because that's just how skilled I am. I am still on the eraser brush preset. That's awkward. Yeah, that's more like it. That's more like it. What the heck? No! I'm drawing on. You saw nothing. You saw nothing. You saw absolutely nothing. Kapow! Kapow! Oh yes. Oh yes. That's more like it. I am seeing this handle like getting a lot more substance as well, just as I am tracing it. Which I'm not gonna lie, I'm very happy to see that. I'm very happy to see that because um, it looked kind of skinny to me as we were starting out. In fact, I would be very happy if that happened to the whole thing. Honestly, it just as we keep going. Do do do. Yeah, there we go. Ah, that works. That works. That works. Honestly, like, what do I talk about? What do I talk about during this? Because I can't think of anything to talk about, and I was like dumb and didn't script anything. So we're just here, just vibing while I draw. Actually, yeah, I could just explain what the heck this cool thing is that we're drawing. This is the Weave, which is a magic sword that our team of main characters has recovered from the Tomb of the Scholars, a dungeon that they explored in the early game. The tomb of an ancient paladin. Yeah, that's perfect. That's perfect. And I'm actually going to draw this circle on another layer. Um, and it's really, this one is really interesting, specifically because um, even though this is a fantasy, even though it was a fantasy that I wrote, I did strive for realism in its weapon designs. Um, and that was kind of inspired by Lord of the Rings. Specifically, I watched somebody else's video. I'll put a link in the description if I can find it again. Um, I think it was Scalagrim. Um, but I saw a really cool video from somebody that was, I'm not sure if I like that being a solid line. Um, but they were talking about the realism of Lord of the Rings and you know what it'd be like to actually have like a real battle with some of their weapons. And some of them aren't actually that bad. In fact, the Uruk-hai swords are kind of genius. They're kind of genius in their design because the Uruk-hai swords, um, they have like the straight cutting edge and then like that little pick, that little point coming back that they can um, do some anti-armor damage with, because that can puncture through armor. That's the main idea behind anyone who really puts a point behind um, or a point on the end of a long thing is that they can swing it and it will puncture the they can swing it, and of course that will have a lot of force behind a very small point, um, which actually gives it the power to uh, cut through more serious types of armor and shoot. I drew like 80% of that blade on a different layer. But yeah, sorry, the point is that Lord of the Rings weapons um, are realistically effective, which I love because they are beautiful. They are beautiful fantasy weapons. And to me, Lord of the Rings, among many other things that they did right, um, kind of does that, you know? It proves that in fantasy, you don't have to be unrealistic in order to make something that looks good, in order to make something beautiful. And really appreciate. I love that. Um, and I have tried to mirror that in SCD to the best of my ability, um, with the very curious exception of this magic sword, and actually a handful of other magic weapons that, oh, I already saved that as its own thing. Oh my gosh. Um, because what happens is that these are magic weapons with a very special, history and origin, and I did want to also reflect that in their design just a little bit. So what I ended up doing is I ended up incorporating um, a fantasy trope I do really like the look of in their designs, and that is, of course, um, disconnected parts that like float together as one thing. It's hard to explain. Don't make fun of me. Don't look at me like that. Don't look at me like that. Um, and yeah, I did use weapons in plural because um, the weave, as this is called, is not actually the only weapon to have this mysterious magical origin and powers. Um, let's have a look-see here. That's more like it. Yeah, the weave is not the only weapon to actually have this. In fact, there's three others specifically throughout the story, and we'll get to see those. Um, at least some of them in part one, which is the part soon to be published. Um, we see one other pretty quickly, and then one other Kozurul is actually very briefly mentioned in like the final chapter. Um, and in part two, we actually get to see Kozurul, and then of course um, the fourth the fourth mystery one. So that's kind of what it is we're going to be looking at. And see, I want to blur this. 2 pixels. And erase clones, so those divots are a little bit stronger. Yeah, that'll do. And then I do also need to make those divots for this little guy. So we will do that. Let's do. Let's see, do we have any? We have no concurrent viewers still. Wonderful. Oh, okay. Erase. Oops. I wanted to blur that again and then clone it. Maybe a third, fourth time? Yeah, that'll do. Merge all of those as well as with this layer. So what we're going to do now is we're going to be looking at coloring this. Right, I need to switch my brush preset back to this. And let's have a look here. Usually go 50% gray. And then maybe a darker shade for the other side of the blade. And then the handle is a much darker gray, almost black. Yeah, that'll do perfectly. And then the hilt, or sorry, the cross guard and the pommel is going to be a desaturated purple. Like, how does that look? A little too light. That's perfect. How do those look against white? Yeah, those look perfect. Those will do wonderfully. So we're going to paint bucket this, grow 6 pixels. You have to grow any selection by a lot of pixels if you actually want to cover the whole shape, because in fact, let's grow it 0 pixels just so I can demonstrate. See, it's a thing about how the computer calculates it. Like, the pixels are really blurry right here, and some are very low opacity, but they're still there, and the computer registers that. So you actually need to grow it by 6 pixels if you want it to fill anything. So let's look at this. Oh, beautiful. Oh, yes. And in fact, I'm actually going to go a shade darker for this bit here. Yeah, that's not bad. Yeah. Yeah. Shaboom. This might have been a little too dark, actually. I may also not have saturated this quite enough, because I would like it to pop just a little more. Just a little more. I'd also like this to have just a little less weight to it. So we're actually gonna go a shade lighter instead of a shade darker. Maybe just a touch lighter still, because so you can actually tell that there's a difference. I like that. I like that. And as that is the seam layer. So we're just gonna hurry and just erase this bit right here. Perfect. Let's save that. And oh, let's get some shadows in here. Let's get some highlights and some shadows in here. Oh wait, that was to open, I think. Import layer, pictures, shading. Aha. Now which ones do I actually want? Definitely want this one for the hilt and pommel. In fact, maybe I won't bother doing anything for the crossguard because I'm also going to be drawing magic for it. So you know how it is. In fact, let's as well get one of these. And you guys will see in half a second what I plan to do with that. Highlight 2 is going to be that's a little better. Let's do that. And then we can, oh my gosh. Wait. 6 pixels. I have actually gotten away with just 5 once or twice. So it is possible. And cut everything else. Perfect. We shall call it H1 so we don't lose track of it. In this one, I actually need to clone the layer. You guys will see why in a second. I love this. And here's that. To cut. All of my machinations lie undetected. But in time I shall deliver the final blow. And it shall all become real. It shall all become real to you. Clear to you now. And I am gonna select that. Whoop. Invert, cut. And shadow 1, shadow 2. And we'll bring the color back. And we'll tone down, we'll play with the opacities of this. Okay, that's not actually as effective as I would have liked. Would it change if I highlighted them both? Not really. What if I invert this one? No. I invert this one. That'll do, I suppose. Sorry guys, it's just that thing, you know? It's just that thing. It's just that thing when when you do something and it's always good until somebody actually watches you, and then it goes horribly wrong. Horribly wrong. But we're not done yet. The good news is we're not done yet. 'Cause I am doing my magic again. And I do actually want to be wary of how well this will show up against the white background. Hopefully that will make for some interesting shapes for us to have to enjoy. And we do this. Maybe not quite that big. I do really like the look of this though. Like, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Yes! Oh my gosh, yes! That might. Oh, oh gosh. That was scary for a second there. I thought my screen froze. I don't want to blur it quite that much. Let's go about there. And that actually goes above the lines. No! Oh, yes. I've actually only used this trick one time before. I'm going to clone and merge all of these because I am just going to use this for its silhouette. So I will select opaque. What the heck? Oh, right. Right. First, I shall crop this to what we see. Perfect. And then I will select opaque on this magical layer. And I'll go back to the magic layer and erase some of this. In fact, I will also do the airbrush just to ensure that it is a smooth transition. Because what's going to happen is I'm going to erase parts of it, but not others. And the goal of that will be to make it look like this magic is like wrapping around the blade. My gosh. And let's see. So it makes sense that this bit here would be behind the blade as well, if it was wrapping around. And then this bit at the end as well. Oh, yes. No! Oh, that's good. Oh, that's so good. I will, though, put that on 90% opacity because it's a little strong. It's a little strong, I'm not gonna lie. And then, in fact, oh, screen froze again. I will put this on 20% opacity. A little bigger. Well, I hate this. You do literally anything, and the brush will automatically reset to full opacity. That's a little too weak, actually. Of this, and maybe some of this. See, this is one of my weaknesses, honestly, as an artist, is that I'm kind of scared of erasing things. I'm kind of scared of erasing things, so I tend to not do it that often, but it's just so cool to watch the image become a million times better. Like, oh my gosh, look at that. You have literally seen this from start to finish, my entire process. Oh my gosh, it looks like I slaved on this like all day, and yet I have not. And yet I have not. So, so this is the background. Leave sword. Not a ppm, I want a png. Yes. Yo, it's happening! No way! Yes! Okay. Okay, everybody, I think that is gonna be it for this stream because, oh my gosh, um, I'm looking at this and we've already gone on for like, an hour. So, um, I'm gonna call it quits here, 'cause, I'm a college student and, I frankly just have things I've got to do today. Um, but yeah, I'll post the finals on Instagram, put these on my merch store, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!